Good evening. Hello, I'm Cassandra Joan Butler with the Cosmic Connections for this week, the week of the new moon in Gemini, and the first week that we have seen and experienced Saturn in Aries for the first time in 30 years, 28.5 years. So how is everyone doing? We have this new energy. And how was your weekend? How was the message and manifestation setting for the Gemini new moon? You want to find wherever Gemini falls in your chart. It's about communication. It's about networking. It's about computers. It's about contacts. It's about cars. I know I had a little bit of a snafu since this new moon involving a car battery, but I think I'm okay right now. I don't know. So Gemini is a beautiful energy. I'm feeling that people are feeling, at least I am, that life is kind of picked up. It feels very frantic and like it's moving forward in a new way. That's just an observation. Hey, Christine. Hi, Kathy. Hello, and thanks for being here. If you're new, what we do, we take a look at the astrology of the week, and then we do spiritual messages. And so I invite you to do that. Patricia, good evening. Hi, Kat. Hello. I'm so sorry to hear that, Kathy. Oh, everyone's and embrace the Kathy Darnell family with a lot of love and a lot of light and a lot of healing. I'm sorry to hear that, Kathy. I'll have to give you a call right after this session tonight. Good evening, Donna. Hi, Jerry. Thanks for being here. And so, friends, we're in a new cycle. We really are. And if you are a mutable sign, namely Pisces, Virgo, Sagittarius, or Gemini, you're especially feeling this new wave of opportunities and new beginnings. So we're going to bring the chart in here for you. Yes, rainy New York. Absolutely, Candy. Hi, Marianne. Yes, many, many prayers. And you're in the right place for some beautiful people to acknowledge your loss, Kathy. My condolences to you, sweetie. So we're going to bring this into the stage. And okay. The key word for this new phase that we're in, and by the way, the new phase began on Monday, Memorial Day, but it was in the evening. So another question of the week for you all was, how was your weekend? For many of us, it was a holiday weekend, and it may have been a low-key weekend or with changes that came quickly. Or again, if you're listening in from parts of Western New York, it was rainy except for that beautiful Monday. It was a nicer day. We've had a lot of rain. So it's not too late to do what you can do to set your intentions. This is only Wednesday, although the moon moved into the sign of Cancer at 1:33 this afternoon. That's Eastern Daylight Time. But the pure Gemini energy was very much active since Monday night at 11. So we talked about the new moon last week. We're going to review it with you now, and then we're going to talk about the first quarter cycle. So between Monday, the 26th of May, and June 2nd, Monday, we have a phase. And then next Monday, we start to work hard on manifesting changes in our lives. But right now, we're seeing in the dark. You know, we're trying to find our way, find our goals, find what we want to do wherever you find Gemini. And the degree of our new moon is 6. So there it is, 6 degrees, sun and moon. The houses really don't matter because we just want to look at the relationship of the planets. And so we may be feeling this urgency. Life seems to be speeded up, fast and furious. And Gemini, of course, rules cars, communication, and computers. Are you feeling that eagerness to get moving in your life. Have you had any computer issues, or want to get a new computer, or any car issues? I know I have communication issues. We want to get clear. And one of the things that is happening as of Saturday night is we finally have Saturn joining Neptune in the conjunction. Truly a new phase is beginning. This week we're feeling it. It's very new. It's going to be, these two planets are going to be dancing together between now and early 2026, coming together, asking us to dream a new dream, asking us to take responsibility for wherever we find Aries in our chart. And there's new beginnings afloat if you're in Aries. We went through that, I think, last week, but especially the cardinal signs, Aries, Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn, are really feeling this conjunction. And the whole world is. We are at a threshold like we've not seen for thousands of years, really. So Saturn-Neptune conjunction, the first phase of that is happening as we speak. One of the interesting things, too, about this new moon is that we've got Venus and Chiron kissing in the sky. And we know what Chiron is all about. It's about the wounded healer. And Venus is about love, money, that which matters in our lives. So we're doing some bucket list organizing in our own minds. What really matters? What are my priorities? And healing yourself, forgiving yourself, and forgiving them, who the thems are in your life, the people who have perhaps caused pain and difficulty. This is a forgiveness time, because at the end of the day, we have Venus and Chiron dancing together, and it's begging the question, how can we move forward from hurt? How can we move forward from wounding? If we can't do anything about it, how can we go forward? Hi, Summer. Hi, Sarah. Hello, Cheryl. Hi, Deb. Thanks for being here, Debbie. And Alexandra. Can these weeks and last week's energy cause physical issues like migraines? That's a very interesting question, Alexandra, and I'm going to answer it in a reframing for you, right? And I love how you say, can it cause? The way I look at astrology and all of astrology is a chicken and egg, a-causal situation, so that the planets technically don't cause anything, but they reflect our experience. And you should know, Alexandra, that the Saturn-Neptune conjunction is in the sign of Aries as of Saturday, right? Aries is the sign that rules the head. And it's interesting you mentioned this, because I had a date with a good friend this morning, and she called it off because she was having head issues. She was having some difficulty, not specifically with a migraine, but other head issues. So absolutely, I don't like the word directly, because I'm not criticizing Alexandra, but we don't want to say the planets cause, but they often have an a-causal energy pattern that reflects our experience. So short answer, yes. We may also, most of us might be feeling a lot of headstrong impulsivity and desire to move forward in our lives, dream a new dream. That's the Aries. Look where Aries falls in your chart. And this Gemini new moon is asking us to get our communications, our schedules correct, get our cars, our vehicles correct, get our computers correct, get our paperwork correct. So we might be inspired to do whatever it takes to make more organization a priority. And do the forgiveness. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about the Sabian symbol, the symbol behind this new moon energy. It is a well with a bucket and a rope under the shade of a majestic tree. And what that suggests to all of us, if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling annoyed, if you're feeling spacey, if you're feeling all these different feelings in the moment, here's my suggestion. Remind yourself that we can have faith in what's called the hidden sustaining nature of our world, trusting the universe, trusting the majestic tree that's protecting the well in the bucket. So that's our keynote, the word trust, over the next 4 weeks as of Monday at the day of the new moon. So trust is part of this scenario. As we jump ahead to the next slide, this is what we're going to talk about in terms of how we are being activated and asked to make a difference in creating a new template where we find Gemini in our lives. And the helping planet happens at the first quarter. Gemini first quarter takes place on Monday next week. Let's see if we can see. It's in small print, but I'll tell you where it is. So next week's energy, and we'll be reviewing that next week as well, will be the time when we're really knuckling down and taking action to create something new, some new template in our lives. That's on June 2nd, and that takes place at 11:41 p.m. Now, I don't expect all of us to be up at 11:47 p.m. on Monday night. That's daylight time, by the way, Eastern. But we may go to sleep next Monday night with this sense of, I got to take care of something. I have to move forward no matter what. So the Sabian symbol is a powerful statesman overcomes political hysteria. And it is the symbol of charisma. So you might be that powerful statesman, i.e., the mother, the spouse, the friend, the sister, that's trying to calm people down, where you find Virgo in your life. So using your analytical skills, maybe even to calm yourself down. So next week is this amazing anxiety, but the Sabian symbol is reminding us that we can calm down using our own analytical Virgo tools. So one of the energies that begins on Monday and goes through next week is the moon is up against the south node. And you've heard me say this once, so I'll probably say it a few more times between now and July of 2026. The transiting south node is in Virgo in this climate right now. And that suggests to me that we're to remember to let go of the negative versions of Virgo in our lives. What's a negative Virgo version? It has to do with overworking, overthinking, over perfectionism, and perhaps even eliminating certain toxicity in our lives. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean only people. It could be toxic substances, right? Watching what you eat, watching what you drink, watching what you ingest in terms of social media or in terms of entertainment. Just saying, you know what, enough is enough. I'm not taking the negativity in my life. So next week we'll be confronted with that. If there's someone or something or some activity that's causing a negative reaction within you, it's a perfect time to eliminate, let it go. And let it go also of perfectionism or negative self-talk. All this, let go, let go. That's what the moon is asking us to do next week, Monday for the whole week. Meanwhile, Venus is in conjunct Juno. What's Juno? Juno is the partner. Venus is love. Are you in a loving partnership with someone? Well, an in conjunct screams this magic word, which is called adjustment. Sometimes we have to adjust to the people we care about. That's going to become very apparent to all of us next week. We may have to make some compromises that we don't want to compromise on. So the Venus in conjunct Juno is very strong starting next Monday. We have Mars opposite Pallas. Pallas Athena is the beautiful asteroid that says, I believe in this so much, I'm going to advocate for it, for this cause, for this person. So this could stir up a lot of strong feelings in the collective or in your own life. You are an effective agent of change. That's what this is saying. So wherever the change is necessary in your life, you'll be able to take care of the action necessary to advocate for someone or something. And that's one of the themes as we unfold in the first week of June. Meanwhile, there's something, it's called a yod, that's being formed in the sky next week. And yods are what we call special configurations in astrology. And what it represents is a necessary path to take, that when we just collapse and surrender to what we need to do, we have the tools to accomplish whatever goal we want. But sometimes it's difficult. So the focus of this yod is Juno, again, partnership. So if you're having some tussles with your partner, and it doesn't necessarily mean just a romantic partner. It could be a business partnership. It could be a best friend, some sort of relationship that you're having some adjustments that need to be made. You'll be able to find the right path, take the higher ground, the higher way. And that's very strong again next week. There's Juno, the partnership energy that's in conjunct Jupiter. If there's a way, if there's a will, there's a way to be philosophically generous in how you're dealing with some difficult situations within your partnerships. And there's an in conjunct here to Venus. I really love you, but you know what? I'm not tolerating X, Y, and Z. So that's some of our energy that's happening within the next week. Okay, let's say hello to my friends here. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Paula, Peggy, Diane. Hello, Michael. I was just thinking about you the other day. Nice to see you again. You got it. Okay, great, Alexandra. Hello, Cindy. Okay. Hi, Diane. Hello, Julie and Cheryl. Oh, nice to see you, Julie or Cheryl Bartz. It's been a little while. Okay. And fabulous, Lorraine. You're know what's going to happen next. Hi, Nancy Rosman. We're going to be doing our messages now. And how this works, I just close my eyes, say my prayer. I do 2 messages. It's totally random. You have to say yes to them, and then I'll be able to tune in for you. All right, dear God, please allow me to serve. Please allow my words to be filled with love and light truth. Oh, before we do the messages, I almost forgot. I want to do a little bit of a snapshot of what to expect for next week. We've already done the new moon stuff last week, but today I'm going to focus on that moon in Virgo next Monday and what that's going to look like for everyone. So if you know your rising sign, use that. If you don't know your rising sign, you can use your solar chart, your sun sign, right? And let's see. Okay. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, and 7. Okay. So we'll start with Aries. So Aries, next week is a great time for you to pay attention to your health, pay attention to your work, do the discipline thing, and do whatever it takes to become as healthy as possible, and perfect your work system, whether that means your schedule or the way you're using tools to become as efficient as possible. For Taurus or Taurus rising, this next week's energy is fantastic for anything having to do with fun, creativity, romance, being with your children, being like a child. Just have a little bit more fun. Schedule that into your calendar next week after the first quarter square. For Gemini or Gemini rising, the focus is on your home, on your family, using communication tools to offer up more satisfactory relationship atmospheres. So be honest, but also be diplomatic within the family venue. For our Cancers or Cancer rising, it's all about your relationship to time management, taking care of paperwork, taking care of anything having to do with the have-tos that you've been neglecting, perhaps, Cancer. So it's also a good time to be helpful to your neighbors as well. For our Leos or Leo rising, you'll be looking at finances next week. You'll be looking at ways to create more money, more abundance, paying attention to your income and ways to bolster that. For our Libra friends, this energy is a very quiet retreat type of energy. It's time to get connected with your spiritual tools, with your meditations, with napping, maybe doing some dream work. For Scorpio or Scorpio rising, it's time to get out the social calendar and see your friends, be a friend, and make some social plans next week. For Sagittarius, it's all about your career, enhancing your reputation, taking charge, being the leader, and use humor involved as well, because Sagittarius is like to make us laugh. For Capricorn, it's all about travel. It's all about making plans to perhaps market your beliefs, market your business, make plans to travel, but have some fun and get out there as well. For Aquarius, it's time to release that which no longer serves you. This is a release week. It's time for you to also consider intimacy in your life. And true intimacy isn't, of course, limited to physical intimacy, but emotional intimacy as well. And our Pisces friends are looking at ways to become a stronger friend, a stronger partner to the people they love. And if you're looking for a partner on a more traditional level, a romantic partner, for example, Pisces, it's a great time to get out there next week. All right, now we'll do our spiritual messages. Dear God, please allow me to serve. Please allow my words be filled with love and light, truth, inspiration, and healing for the highest and best as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. Amen. And I am with Cindy West. Hello, Cindy. As I'm tuning into you this evening, the first thing I am feeling about you is this impatience, like enough is enough. And I feel some irritation, maybe some aggravation, but it's also serving to bolster you to the next step that you want to take in your personal life and in your business life. All right. There's a part of you that says enough is enough. I want to eliminate things that are, I said earlier, toxic, but you really want to take a break and think things through and I want to call it a business plan for your personal life. This is what I'm picking up for you, Cindy. Your mother's coming in with a beautiful bouquet of sunflowers, of specifically sunflowers. And she's talking, or I'm picking up you connecting with her at sunset. I don't know if you take walks at sunset or you watch the sunset, but you may feel her presence around you as the sun is at dusk, and connect with her, because you have a very good connection with mom on the other side of life. She's also showing me a little box that you may have in your home. It's not like, I wouldn't call it a traditional jewelry box, but it's wooden, it's engraved, and it has some of her mementos in there. It might be like a miniature jewelry box, and that you take the stuff out and you hold them, you wear them. And she loves when you wear her jewelry. There's especially a ring that I'm picking up here for you from her that is very unique. It has some gemstones in it, but it's a very unique design. I leave that with you tonight, Cindy, one step at a time, but do that business plan for your personal life. Okay, the next person I'm coming up that makes sense for you. Hello, Sue. You're up next, Sue Droz. Hello, dear. As I'm tuning into your energy, the first thing I'm seeing is beauty in your vista. Like you're looking out and there's beauty around you, and natural beauty. And you just drink it in with your eyes and you feel so uplifted. And yet at the same time, there's a lot of stress and urgency around you in your everyday reality. It's like, I got to do this, I got to do that. And Spirit is saying, take time to smell the roses, take time to see the vista. I'm also wanting to say this to you, Sue. You've come such a long way, and you should really give yourself a lot of hugs during the day, because you've gone through an initiation in the past 2 years. Now, I know your chart a little bit, but not that much. But I just want to say, a year ago, there was this big shift in your life, and you've walked through the valley, and now you're on the other side of it. There's still more to do, but it's more manageable. And as I'm tuning into you, so there's a teacher on the other side of life that wants to be recognized, a teacher that you had some contact with. He is in spirit. He may have taught spirituality, crystals. I'm not sure exactly what I'm looking at with this, but he's saying that you have a brilliant mind with your spirituality, with the gemstones, with the crystals. Give yourself a big round of applause. And there might be something you can do to either transmit this knowledge by way of teaching or by way of putting together a catalog of beautiful inspirational pictures of the stones, but also marrying them with inspirational sayings of your own making or other people, like borrowing like famous, anecdotal information. That might be a project that you've thought about. This teacher is saying, please do it, Sue. And I'll leave that with you tonight with much love and light. Okay. All right, friends. So hi, Kim. Hi, Jean. Jean, I'm not sure how this works. So what I mean by that, Jean, I'm just seeing what I'm seeing here. I think this is from Facebook. And hi, Kim. I would love to give everyone a message. That's her wedding ring. Okay, thank you for that confirmation, Cindy. Thank you. Hi, Kathy. You never last. May the last be first, the first be last. Big hugs to you all. Hi, Angela. Hi, Carrie. Okay. Thank you, Erica, for that confirmation. I appreciate that. And I accidentally missed Virgo. Oh, I did. I can never miss Virgo. But thank you for reminding me, because the moon will be in Virgo. So next week, the Virgos are taking the time to put themselves first and to congratulate themselves. If you're a Virgo or Virgo rising, really make some time to give yourself a big round of applause. Next week, you'll be able to accomplish a lot, a whole lot next week. This past week has been kind of difficult for the Virgos. There's a lot of extra overwhelmed feelings of too much to do, can't get myself organized. But by Monday, the Virgos will be feeling a lot more comfortable within themselves. So thank you for that, Sarah. And I apologize. Are you a Virgo? Okay. Miss you too, Cheryl. I hope to connect with you soon as well, maybe down at Lilydale. One little word of note, please check out the offerings on Cosmic Intelligence Agency, all the wonderful classes and writings with that beautiful site. Number two, please check out the offerings at Lilydale, including the Lilydale Astro Cafe that's taking place. That's going to be happening. Let me give you the date for that, because I don't want to give you something that's not correct. So we have the Lilydale Cafe on June 12th. You all are invited to that. It's a Zoom class with me and Patricia Bell. And then if you're in the Buffalo area, and if you're not in the Buffalo area, you can still attend. I'm doing a talk on Jupiter ingress into Cancer and also how it applies to the USA chart. All the details are on my website, Cassandra Joan Butler. That takes place on June 6th, which happens to be D-Day. Okay, that's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern time, but I'm doing a Zoom option as well, or in person. All the details online. Thank you, dear friends, for being here. Have a beautiful week, and just breathe, because that's the anecdote for the Gemini new moon, doing a lot of deep yoga breathing, right? The square breathing. I'm doing one right now, holding for a few more moments, then exhaling completely. Take care, dear friends. I'll see you next time.